In a world where meme culture drives the stock market and online communities make or break company reputations, Reddit, the company at the center of it all, entered the public eye with its IPO. Now, the company we all love could change for the worse. Welcome to Uninvested, where today we dive into the details behind one of the most anticipated public offerings in recent tech history, all in 5 minutes. I'm Sahil, and this is the story of Reddit's daring dive into the stock market. First, let's set the stage with the facts. On March 20th, 2024, Reddit made its debut on the stock market under the ticker symbol RDT. Super unique, right? The company set its initial share price at $34, aiming to capitalize on its massive user base and pivotal role in digital culture. But why now, and why at this price? Reddit has been around for 20 years after college best friends and roommates Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian founded the company. They dubbed the company the front page of the internet in 2005 when they went through the famous accelerator Y Combinator. However, after quick success, they sold the company the next year for $10 million to Condé Nast. To be fair, $10 million is a lot of money to turn down at 23. Not everyone can be like Mark Zuckerberg, who holds on to equity for dear life, knowing they have a billion-dollar company on their hands. In fact, Steve Ballmer, an early founder of Microsoft and owner of the LA Clippers, offered Zuckerberg billions to buy it in the early days. Zuck didn't blink an eye when he said no. But back to Reddit and the two founders, Steve and Alexis. They both stayed on to grow the company before leaving in 2009. Their exodus from the company didn't last really long, as Ohanian joined as chairman of the board in 2014 and Huffman as CEO in 2015. But like many sad startup stories, the founders had issues. In 2020, Ohanian left the company when he and Huffman had a dispute over what content to keep on Reddit. During the pandemic, problematic subreddits, communities on Reddit, popped up all over. Ohanian wanted to remove the content, citing hateful content didn't belong on Reddit, but Huffman wanted to keep the content. He didn't believe it was Reddit's place to determine what was or wasn't allowed. However, the same content that the two best friends argued over was eventually removed. The beef even continues today. During a few Reddit congratulatory posts, Ohanian seemed to be left off. But why does all this matter for Reddit? Well, now Reddit has to appease shareholders. Reddit can't play by its own rules anymore, which could change the integrity of the platform as a whole. Imagine a world where prominent shareholders can threaten to tank a stock if the company didn't do what they said. Kind of like Elon Musk threatened to sell off his Twitter shares unless they sold to him. And guess what? They had to sell to him because a public company has to protect its share price above all else. What makes this IPO even more intriguing is the timing. IPOs, especially tech IPOs, have been extremely uncommon and volatile given the current economic conditions. Other tech giants have faced scrutiny over valuations and market sustainability. Many companies have held off their IPOs until the overall economy is in a better place, to avoid their value slipping. So what makes Reddit different? The company bets on its unique position as a community-driven platform. As a powerhouse of engagement and content, Reddit believes it can monetize its 430 million monthly active users. It will be interesting to see how the company balances making both its users and shareholders happy. If any of you followed GameStop's rise as the king of meme stocks, you know that Reddit users can cripple a stock just as easily as any large hedge fund or billionaire investor. Already, Reddit's financials come under intense scrutiny. Notably, CEO Steve Huffman's compensation has sparked debate. In the lead-up to the IPO, Huffman defended a staggering $193 million package, primarily in stock options and bonuses. Having a $200 million salary as a CEO is already a hot topic, but it becomes even more questionable when the company only had revenue $804 million last year. Even worse, Reddit is not even profitable. The platform has not yet reported a profitable year, which raises concerns about its long-term financial sustainability, especially now that it must answer to public shareholders. Maybe cutting that salary would help. As many tech companies struggle to balance growth and profits, Reddit's challenge is no different. Now the stakes are higher. The dynamics of control and influence shift dramatically. Shareholders, especially institutional ones, might push for changes that prioritize profitability, potentially at the expense of the free speech which has defined Reddit. As we look ahead, the implications of this IPO extend far beyond Reddit. It sets a precedent for how tech companies rooted in open community platforms approach going public. It's the perfect battleground of ideals versus profits. Thank you for listening to Uninvested. If you enjoyed the episode, please like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for our next episode on every Thursday for another deep dive. This is a personal video. Any views or opinions represented in this video are personal and do not represent those of people, institutions, or organizations we may or may not be associated with in a professional or personal capacity.
The views expressed are for entertainment purposes only and not to be misinterpreted as actionable investment advice.